Javan Robinson himself, a Washington State defensive back who is now signed up to play for Kenny Dillingham and the Arizona State Sun Devils. Javan, first and foremost, man, just congratulations on the decision and thanks for hopping on today.
Thank you guys. I'm greatly appreciated to be here.
What is the last, 72 hours been for you? I guess the moment that you arrived to Tempe for your visit, just kind of what was going on in your head?
I was very excited. As I said before, the coaching staff, they're great guys, and also I knew a lot of them for some time now. At my previous time at Washington State, most of them, the defensive coordinator, the whole defensive staff were there. So it was just like rekindling up like an old flame, man. It was just back to, it felt normal, it felt right.
That's awesome.
What else about ASU, besides obviously the ties to the coaching staff, the personal side of it, what else about this program and the city of Tempe drew you to want to come here?
Everything really, man. Like the whole city, because originally I'm from Orlando, Florida. So, I'm a city guy myself. So going back into that environment and just like seeing what the whole city, the fans, everything that it has to offer, it just felt like home.
That's awesome. In terms of the visit and the staff, right? I know there was obviously a bunch of players on the visits this past weekend. Just like, what was, I guess, that like for you, right? This is obviously for you the first time being in the transfer portal. Was it like the whole high school recruitment, or was it a little bit different?
It was a little bit different. High school is more of like, you're trying to show everyone the facilities. You're trying to woo people over with the things that really don't matter. I feel like when this time around, it was more business. It was more like, okay, getting down to business. We need you to do this, that. So it was way more like, professional, I'll say, this time around.
So they had conversations with you, business like, professional like. What does that entail? What are they looking for you to bring to this team?
Just they're really looking for me to just be a leader, be a vocal leader. Someone that's like, knows the defensive system like the back of my hand, because I've been running for the past 3 years. They just want me to come in and just, be that vocal person, be the leader that can, just help the team out in any way I can.
How important was it for you kind of going through this process and understanding that Arizona State's secondary, as it is before you got here, before some of the other transfers got here, there were a lot of players, Bro Torrance, D. Ford, Chris Edmonds, no longer on the roster. Definitely a lot of opportunity for playing time. Was that something that you were looking for when you made the decision?
Yes, of course. Going somewhere I know I can just get on the field and play and, just come in and be that guy. But also, like I said before, I just felt like it was the perfect spot because, just being so familiar with the system and, most of the time when people enter the portal and go to a different school, they have to, go in and learn a lot of things and, be very uncomfortable for a short period of time because of, you don't know anything. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's going to be different because it's just like, I'm going to be doing the same thing I've been doing for the past 2 years of college. So it's going to be it's a great thing for me.
Do you feel like with your time at Washington State that there was maybe something that the fans or the teammates didn't get to see out of you that you want to show when you're here?
Of course. I feel like my time at Washington State, I feel like I wasn't able to be myself. I feel like I was, kind of forced into a role that I wasn't really, that's not me personally. So I feel like here, it's just with, the relationships I have and, the conversations I've had with the coaches, they're just going to allow me to be, be me.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a whole person.
From a football player's perspective, how much does that make playing easier to be able to come in every day and be yourself and not maybe what they want you to be, but who you want to be?
It definitely makes it easier. Because, I can just focus on the game. I can just focus on, just being me as a person. I'm a very outgoing, extrovert person. And I feel like, it's going to just take my game to another level, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm excited.
I think when the whole transfer portal season kind of gets started, because it does feel like a season. I'm sure for you and all the other players in the portal, like there is so much going on with coaches and visits and offers and et cetera. I think one thing for Arizona State fans that they learned last year, right, was just how unique Kenny Dillingham and this staff are when it comes to going and getting talent in the transfer portal. And obviously you're familiar with that defensive staff. But yes. Kenny Dillingham, the conversations that you had with him, what stood out to you most about him?
First and foremost, how he can relate. Most head coaches in today's time, they know some coaches can't relate to the players like personally. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Coach Dillingham, he relates to all the players very well. And that's the reason why, the outcome is the outcome. He makes everyone feels comfortable, makes everyone feels welcome, makes everyone feels like a priority. So, in today's time, that's rare for sure. That's rare. And I feel like Coach Dillingham, he definitely has made me feel welcome, and, he relates to me very well. I feel like I can talk to him about anything.
That's awesome.
So one of the things that I've loved about Kenny in this whole transfer portal madness is the fact that there have been players who have been leaving the program, but he's been very vocal about supporting them and telling everybody about how great they are. Does that come into your mind when you're talking about where am I going to go and you see a coach be that way to somebody who's leaving the program?
Yeah, that's just what I was saying. Like he's very relative, and I feel like with just gestures like that just shows what type of person he is. He actually cares about the student athlete and the person instead of whether you're at the program or not. He actually cares about you deeply, and regardless if you're leaving or staying, he has your best. He's gonna basically do whatever it is to help you because he actually cares about the students that way. So That's what I love about him.
Now, we've obviously talked a lot about the recruitment process to get you to come to Arizona State, but I think a lot of the fans, right, they hear that you've been a part of that Brian Ward scheme in the past, and they have an idea of what that means to play defensive back or to play cornerback in this system. For you, when you're on the field, or I guess growing up, like who do you model your game after?
Probably, I would say Deion Sanders. Just the way he carries himself. His confidence on the field, it's like none other. So I model my game after Deion Sanders a lot, just the confidence. Because at DB, that's a position where you have to be confident. If you're not confident, then it's going to be a tough position for you because you're on the island by yourself. It's 1-on-1, so it's you versus you really. So if you're not confident in your abilities and your techniques, then it's going to be a long day for you.
You got to have serious swag to play defensive back.
For sure, definitely. You got to have serious swag, definitely.
Oh, man. Look, I think in terms of Arizona State fans, again, there's a lot of excitement in the Valley, right? A lot of players committing, still a lot more to go. You obviously being one of them. What would your message to Sun Devil Nation be?
Get ready for greatness. Get ready for something special very soon. I feel like we're building something very special, and just stay tuned in.
Arizona State fans, the one, the only newest defensive back to the Arizona State secondary, Javan Robinson. Javan, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.